Hello everyone, this is Shadow SC2 and I'm going to be casting a 1 versus 1 between the blue Zerg player Selah and the red Terran player Canikizu. I guess that's what his name is. Anyway, this map is going to be Backwater Gulch. Selah is actually the player that sent me this replay, and it's definitely a long game, so I'm actually going to go ×2 right now. And it's actually a long game, and it was exciting, but there were a lot of mistakes that I felt really needed to be addressed, just in general for both Zerg and Terran players. So you can see right now that of course the players are just chatting it up right now. Selah does look like he is going to be going for either a 14 or a 15 expand to start off. Canikizu is just going to be getting a barracks and supply depot and a refinery all about the same time. That's good. And it looks like Selah is going for a 14 expand, or it looks like he went for a 15 expand. I apologize. And it looks like he's going to be saving up for a 14 pull. I'm not too sure I like the fact that he didn't make a drone at one point, but you know what? That's the way he plays, and that is perfectly fine. You usually want to keep drone production the whole time, so if you go 14 hatch, you want to go 14 pull, 15 hatch, you want to go 15 pull, but you know what? That's just the way I play. So. Oh, it looks like we are going to see a bunker rush, so I'm going to slow this down one. We are going to see a bunker rush by canikizu. This has become very standard for most Terran players, as he's going to be bunker rushing while throwing down a factory. So, let's see, looks like he is going to be cutting some SCVs here, as he does start one there. He is a little behind, looking at the harvester. He is behind by one, so it's not as bad as I was thinking. But there is a bunker going down there. It is finished, and since he did go for the pool, is he making any Zerglings? Yes, there are a few Zerglings there, so it is very likely that this bunker is going to go down very quickly. Most likely going to see a salvage, because if I remember correctly, this bunker rush does not work very well. They are going to kill this SCV first, and then here comes 2 Marines. Oh wait, I apologize. Unless they trap these 2 Marines, they need to trap the 2 Marines to keep them getting in the bunker. Oh, and they do go both get in the bunker, so this is going to be very scary for Selah if he cannot defend this. He really needs to take that bunker down before another SCV gets there to repair it. And he does have a lot of units, a lot more Zerglings coming, so he is going to be able to take this bunker down and kill the Marines that are inside. However, he did lose a lot of units. He lost 6 Zerglings, not quite as many as I thought. Actually, Canikizu did lose more money. Usually, if you're a Terran in that position, you see that your bunker is about to die. It is actually a very smart idea to unload your units and to salvage that bunker so that you don't lose it. So we see that the energy on Selah's Queen did get a little high. He is kind of getting up there on money, but that's okay. With a Queen at his expansion and a Queen at his main, he is going to be able to spend that money fairly quickly. As we see, he has stopped making drones at his main. He really needs to finish saturating that main. But as you see, he did lay a creep tumor down. This is very essential. As we see right now, we are going to see a lot of early Hellions come out of Canikizu, as he did switch that factory over to the reactor to get a lot of Hellions. And he is going to switch that factory back over to the tech lab just so he can start getting siege technology, as he is also going for an expansion. So very aggressive play by Canikizu. He does have 4 Hellions sitting at the Zelnaga Watchtower. However, the creep has started to spread for Selah, so he is going to get a spine crawler at his ramp. However, that spine crawler is not going to be able to protect this area, and that is definitely a lot of Hellions, a lot of Zerglings getting roasted. As you can see, those 4 Hellions are the only attack unit that Canikizu has. However, Selah only has 3 Zerglings right now, so just going to look at what Canikizu, he is getting the siege technology. He had, I don't remember if he actually got the, no, he did not get the stim pack yet. Very interesting. He is going to be transferring some SCVs over. So, oh, wow, oh, man. Looking at the main, he actually transferred almost all of his SCVs over. Apparently, looks like the micro that he is doing in his opponent's base is really hurting him when it comes to his macro. Usually, I don't know if he was expecting those Hellions to do more, or if he just forgot, or he just can't macro. He is definitely having a lot of trouble with his macro, as right now he only has one of these orbital commands hotkeyed. So he is only going to be able to produce quickly produce SCVs out of this one, which you can see he is spending most of it. Let's actually go to his point of view. As you can see, he is macroing right here, and he is going to be making some SCVs here and here. However, looks like the micro that he was using really hurt him on his macro. Let's see how Selah is doing. He is getting an evolution chamber and a baneling nest. All of them are a little bit later than usual. However, he did have to deal with a constant harassment by these 4 Hellions. So is he going to be getting anything out of this evolution chamber? It is really important that if you very quick spire, that is going to help him a lot. However, looking at his income, he has barely full saturation on his main, and very low saturation on his expansion. And if we look at the economy of both players, looks like Selah is actually ahead just because his main is fully saturated and canikizu's is not. And as we can see, not a lot of SCVs being created. I'm going to have to say mainly due to the fact that he is microing these Hellions a lot when he really just needs to pull them back because they're not going to be able to do anything with these 2 spine crawlers. Really, he just needs to pull back, focus on his macro, because apparently doing a lot of micro is not helping him. So as we look at the production tab, we do see +1 attack upgrade on the melee, and also the baneling speed and 1 Mutalisk coming out. Probably just going to use that to scout around just to see what's going on, as he is trying to spread his creep. However, these Hellions are destroying creep tumors. But once again, let's look at canikizu's base, as he is not making a lot of it. He looks like he is constantly making them. However, he is just not. It looks like there was a period at the very beginning where he just did not make many. So as we can definitely see, he does have the Overlord speed, which is definitely a very useful tool. He only has 1 Mutalisk right now, however, and his money is getting quite high. I want you to notice that his income is actually significantly higher than canikizu's. So he can be doing a lot more. It looks like he is going to be spawning in 6 more Mutalisks. That will definitely help. So usually when you're a Zerg player, you definitely want to get a lot of Mutalisks up. And I want to take a look at canikizu's base. He has 2 factories and only 2 barracks. Is he really producing? He's adding a 3rd barracks on now. That is really not good. Alright, I'm going to have to harp on the Terran player right now. He is producing a lot of tanks. However, he only has 2 barracks up right now, and for 12 minutes into the game, you really want to have at least 5 barracks up right now. As we can see, the Mutalisk, no, it was not Mutalisk harass, sounded just like it, I apologize. Overlord trying to sacrifice itself to see what was going on inside the base. So it looks like unit counting station, looks like Selah does have an advantage with 27 Zerglings and 7 Mutalisks. And then the Terran player does have 23 Marines. So, but let's remember that Selah does have a baneling nest and baneling speed. So definitely going to be very good there. Oh my goodness, looks like he has not made any drones in his main for quite some time. Really needs, it looks like he doesn't even have a rally point set there. That is very interesting. He really needs to set a rally point. Needs to be making more drones. At this point, let's look at the income. His income is lower than the Terran player when it should be higher. He is going to be taking a third expansion. He is getting the +1 defense upgrade for ground units. And it looks like canikizu is going to be moving out with this rather intimidating force. Let's see, let's look at the units. 4 Hellions, 5 siege tanks, and 27 Marines. Definitely very scary. Looks like Selah is going to be moving out with these mutas, try and do some harassment. So let's look around. He does have a lot of banelings right now. Looks like he's still behind in the unit counting tab. However, he does have a lot of banelings and a lot of zerglings. So if this army decides to attack, I believe the Mutalisk plus the Zerglings and Banelings will be able to take this out. However, he is just trying to get his opponent's attention with these Mutalisks, try to get him to stall. But as we can, let's look at the production tab right now. He has 2 drones, 4 drones, 5 drones, and 14 Zerglings in production. He does have a lot of gas. Really needs to be spending that gas possibly on upgrades, as he does have 2 evolution chambers and he is producing out of both of them. He is getting the +2 attack upgrade for ground units, and the defense upgrade really needs to start spewing larvae. Oh wow, the Queen on both his expansion and his main have a lot of energy. that is definitely going to suggest that most of his attention is on this micro, which micro is definitely successful if you do it correctly. However, you really need to come back and make sure your base is doing what you need to. Now, there was one thing about this game that I really did not like. Out of either player, both of their macro did slip quite a bit just due to harass and micro. Their macro slipped, I apologize. As you can see, Selah is concentrating mainly on his micro with these Mutalisks, which he's going to be able to pick off a lot of units because he's going to pick off 2 tanks right here. Picks off another Marine. He picked off a bunch of straggling Marines. However, he's making nothing but Zerglings in his main, in his expansion and his base. So his money, as you can see, his money is constantly piling up just because he is mainly concentrating on this micro. Now, that was definitely good by him. He did see the moving in. He did see the attack coming in by canikizu and did send his units over to take care of this. However, it did move back. That is a lot of ground units. Looking at the units, we have 78 Zerglings and 20 Banelings. As we see, canikizu is going to try to make a move right there. He's going to move back, not losing anything, so that's definitely good. However, it does look like Selah, even though he is behind on food, it looks like he actually has an army advantage just because of the pure mass amount of Zerglings and Banelings that he has. And once again, his micro is concentrated on these Mutalisks. As we see, it looks like canikizu is trying to look around, trying to make a move with these Hellions, but he is mainly just going to be scouting to see what his opponent is doing. He is going to make a move in with these Marines. Is Selah going to be able to see this? He has not reacted yet. That is not good because it looks like canikizu is going to be moving in. He's going to be reacting now. Oh, it makes a wrong turn. Misclick. Selah. Okay, it looks like canikizu's attention is attracted back to the base because it looks like, oh my gosh, it looks like he's going to lose a lot of Mutalisks. So far, he has lost 4 Mutalisks. Oh my. And it looks like these Marines are going to die to the sheer mass amount of Zerglings. Not having to use any Banelings yet. So he is going to be moving in. Looks like Selah is going to be attacking these units. And he is going to be eradicating these just by the pure amount of units. But he is going to also be losing a lot of units. It doesn't look like canikizu is doing a lot of micro. He's just basically sacrificing his units. So it looks like both players just kind of, as you notice, it is almost 20 minutes into the game. Neither player got above 130 or 40 food. It looks like canikizu is going to be trying to take an expansion. And I want you to notice that the entire game, canikizu only had maybe 1 base fully saturated. Just shows that his macro was not up to par. As we see, Selah is starting to use that food, making 14 Mutalisks. And right now, mostly he is just trying to build back up. Even though right now he could actually bust this door down, he could destroy everything that canikizu has. But he is just going to make sure he's going to get those Mutalisks out. However, it doesn't look like his macro is still slipping, as he does have a lot of larvae left. He is not using them. As we can see, he has all of his hatcheries onto 1 hotkey, which personally, as you'll notice in my dailies, I do not care to do. I like to hotkey each hatchery, but that is my personal style of play. And canikizu moving out with a very, very small force. He's going. Let's see what he's going to have. He's actually going to have 5 tanks and 34 Marines, while Selah has 14 Mutalisks and 74 Zerglings, along with the 17 Banelings. That is just ridiculous. A ridiculous amount of ground units. But as we can see again, he is not using up all of his units. He's not using up all of his larvae. He is going to be using it now, and it looks like he's going to be making more Zerglings. Which, in this case, I would actually condone making a lot more Mutalisks. If you're a Zerg player and you can get out just a massive, ridiculous amount of units, especially when you already have this many Banelings and Zerglings, you really need to be making more Mutalisks, as he is harassing more and more. But as you can see, his money is just piling up, and he's just barely over, like almost at 150. So you can definitely see that both of these players' macro is not that good. However, I do want to say a lot of good things. I have said a lot of negative things, and I apologize to both these players. But they are definitely creating a lot of good units. canikizu is trying to expand a little bit too late, but he is trying to expand. He did make a third and fourth barracks down here to try and supplement his income by making units. Wow, that was completely wrong. but he did try to make more units. And it looks like Selah is staying on top of his upgrades. Most players, when you see 2 evolution chambers, they cannot support it. But he is definitely staying on top of all of his upgrades, which is really helping him win this battle, win this whole war. As he is throwing down a 4th expansion down here in the bottom right. Looks like right now they're just trying to mass up, trying to get more units. But since the Zerg player does have a much higher income, he is going to be able to mass units a lot quicker, especially with 4 bases. He has his 5 hatcheries as he has an extra in his main. Now, like I did mention with Selah, I would definitely like to see a lot more Mutalisk at this point, as he does need to make more Overlords because he is supply blocked at this point. But when you have as many Zerglings and Banelings as he has, even having half of this is not bad if you have a lot of Mutalisks to help it. But right now the Mutalisk harassment is working very well, just keeping canikizu's army all over the map. And he does have 1 Thor out. I don't know. Let's look at the production. Is he making any more? He has 1 more Thor coming. However, canikizu is making just a massive amount of Banelings. And he has a massive amount of Zerglings, which are just not going to really do anything against, or they're just going to do so much against this army. Canikizu's army is just, right now, it's just not good. However, he is doing, I will give him this, he does have good tank placement. I'll give him good tank placement. Because if this force right here moves up any, then they are going to be blasted with tank fire. However, those Mutalisks are still doing harassment all around the map. Right now it looks like Selah definitely has the advantage right now, as his +3 attack and defense are about to finish. They are a little over 60 away. And here comes the final battle, or it looks like semi-final battle, as the Thor is going to go down. Both Thors go down just to the sheer amount of Zerglings. Not even having to use the Mutalisk, just for the sheer amount of Zerglings. And I really think that's going to be GG from canikizu, as Selah does pull back. However, he does have almost a 50 food advantage. He really doesn't have to. Oh my lord. Did he actually lose? Oh, Selah. Selah, you lost all of your Mutalisks. You lost all of your Mutalisks. As you can see, Selah does have 4,000 money and 2,000 gas, so really does not have enough to make any more Mutalisks. He's just going to have to focus on Zerglings right now because he just does not have the money. But as I kid because definitely has plenty of money. But it looks like this is going to be GG pretty quickly here for canikizu, as canikizu just could not make enough units. As the whole game, I think he built maybe 7 barracks. But at 25 minutes, you definitely want to see, it is not uncommon to see about maybe anywhere from 9 to 10 to 11 barracks and maybe 2 to 3 more factories. As we are going to see, as there is the GG for canikizu. Now, if there's anything I want you guys to take out of this game is macro, macro, macro. There was a good 6 minutes within this time period where Selah was doing nothing but Mutalisk harass, and unfortunately that was keeping him, it was from about 14 to 20, I believe, where Selah was doing all Mutalisk harass and his money was just piled up. As we see at 12 it was about 600, 16 it was starting to pull up, and then at 20, let's look at his money. Whoa, man. That was a lot of money. So basically he went from 14 minutes he had 500 minerals and 800 gas to about, let's see, hold on, I can't find where the 20 is. At 20 minutes, 18 to 20 minutes he had about 2,000, and then at 20 minutes he had 3,000 food, as you'll see when it finally loads, as my computer is slow as crap. Come on, man. Come on. Don't bug out on me now. As my computer is being a real douche right now, but come on, give me 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes. Come on. As it is going to stop at 18. It hates me skipping around. But thanks, guys. I hope you liked this game. It was definitely a good game. It was hectic. It was definitely a game I would expect to see out of the Diamond League. So thanks, guys. Subscribe, and I hope you guys like it. And I'll see you guys later.